I'm dead. You know, I'm doing a Madden 08 tournament on my PlayStation 3, and right now the final two teams are the Bengals and the Raiders. Who do you think will win? Yeah, a lot of people are saying the Raiders. Freaking Christian was literally the only one that said the Bengals. Like, even a Bengals fan said the Raiders are gonna win. But it's gonna happen, like, tomorrow, like, a little before the Super Bowl, because I thought it'd be fitting. Once again, a supernatural combo. Let's to end the game around, too. Oh, it's Inferno. Cold War. No! That's I call it. Damn, damn it. Bruh. Yeah, this one was kind of weird. It was like, yeah, that one was like kind of weird. It didn't really like, feel that great. What's all this gonna matter if... Oh, that's what Alive is. You gain health as match progresses. Bruh, I hate it when I get really good modifiers, but it gets ruined because they only have like 1 health or very low time. Frick you mean first hit? Oh, cause... Yeah, I'm here. What are the odds? Like, at you, what are the odds?
So last time, we looked at Ninja Gaiden 1 in 2004, a critical and commercial success when it came out, and I think it is still a certified banger, so it only makes sense that today, we're gonna find out about its sequel. Oh, okay, that's a bit of a change of pace. Released in 2008 for the Xbox 360, Ninja Gaiden 2 is like its predecessor, only 10 times more chaotic and 10 times as bonkers. So much so, actually, that it exploits specific strengths of the 360 hardware, and that its port to the PlayStation 3 a year later, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, has had parts of the gameplay toned down to work. That said, there are many design changes beyond that, and in contrast to the Black and Sigma editions of the first title, all these alterations make for two radically different experiences. Rest assured though, we're covering both Ninja Gaiden 2 and Sigma 2 all the same, and just for clarity, Vanilla 2 has a gold UI at the top, while Sigma 2 has a silver one. To start with the basics, however, the mechanics are largely the same between both versions. The core should be instantly familiar to you if you played game 1. The controls and many of the animations, from wall running to various attacks and combos, have carried over basically note to note and feel as excellent as ever, which is not to say changes have been made. Quite the contrary, actually. Overall gameplay speed is a bit faster in a good way. Ryu's dodge roll is replaced by a quicker dash, for example. Instead of casually walking through doors, he karate kicks right through them now. Climbing ropes and bars is sped up significantly, and that's much appreciated because it shows up more often here. You can adjust the rotation speed of the camera to your liking, which used to be a tad slow, and the visual and audio feedback for hitting and destroying enemies is some of one to now to get the picture for that. And the gore is
I'll be right back.
blood and other pieces splatter all over the innards remain on the floor for quite some time, all of which is reduced in Sigma 2, sadly. Whether this was an effort to censor the game or to optimize performance for the PS3, the Lord knows really, but instead we get this dissipating mist, which is fine enough, but the impact does feel a little lesser. What remains intact, however, is the new dismemberment system. In the first game, heads would sometimes fly off when enemies died, entirely for flair really. But in the sequel, Ryu can also, I think at random, slice off their arms and legs. And this obviously handicaps the opponent, but they'll continue to pose a threat. After all, you don't need arms to continue fighting, right? And dudes without legs may even crawl toward you in an attempt to suicide bomb on you. Some foes can even pick up body parts from their fallen allies and toss them at you. Everybody's out for the Dragon Ninja's fucking blood. Now, where the benefit for the player comes in is that you can instantly execute the limbed enemies, do a heavy attack when close to them, and Ryu will perform one of his many vicious obliteration techniques. These are simply brutal, and one of the things that truly make it feel like an unstoppable murder machine, plowing through forces of evil with the staple swift yet slick camera cuts and zooms to add that final bit of bite. The importance of getting these details right in an action title cannot be understated, and Team Ninja demonstrates a mastery of this craft. I don't want to think about the amount of work that must have gone into all the animation on display. Granted, a decent chunk of it is reused, but there's also so much new. The returning ultimate techniques are the star of the show in this regard. They were already cool in the previous title, but man did they get an upgrade. They're unbelievably ridiculous and over the top, and each weapon of course gets its own unique variant, or sometimes even two. Just check out this fully charged one for the true Dragon Sword. If that's not sick to you, then I don't know what is. Yep, we're still going. Okay, we're finally done. Unfortunately, for as impressive as the UT's chances are they do get kind of old after a while. Essence charges have not been reworked at all from last time, so there's still the same issue of being able to chain them one after another, and since they are about twice as long on average now, repeating them too often can start feeling more like you're watching Ryu rather than playing him. To clarify, I love the concept of essence charging, I really do, but to me, UTs are supposed to be your ultra super moves. They should be balanced as such, to limit the possibility of or otherwise disincentivize constant spamming, and to add real tension and consequence to the decision every time. There has to be a way to achieve that, right? And the sheer spectacle would also be all the sweeter and more earned if the UTs didn't happen so goddamn frequently. I'm somebody who will ignore or restrict use of resources and mechanics when I find doing so leads to a more enjoyable and challenging experience, so I can manage somewhat, but there is the idea of path of least resistance and how many players will opt to take it. It is the designer's job to prevent there from being one as much as possible. It's a little frustrating, to be honest, because they've enhanced and expanded the combat in other areas beyond the aforementioned feedback and dismemberment. Nimpo is still unremarkable when detached from the rest. I mainly use it as a clutch attack of sorts, or if there is so much shit I can't be bothered to deal with, then I'll whip out a couple of devastating spells, and the Phoenix magic is the only one that can be used on the move, but it sucks anyway, because you cannot damage enemies that just got hit by one of the birds. It's pretty lame, not gonna lie. However, Nimpo aside, there's plenty of positives to speak of. I never brought this up in my video on Ninja Gaiden 1 because it didn't bother me enough, but the bow handled kinda poorly there in first person, and 2 fixes this. The aiming sensitivity is nicer and tweakable, there's an actual reticle, and you can zoom in for greater accuracy. I found the bow somewhat more useful as a result. Sigma 2 even lets you move in third person while shooting arrows with controllable lock-on. It's a bit rough, admittedly, but welcome nevertheless. An optional manual hard lock-on for melee weapons and shurikens still isn't in either version, but more than ever you can seriously question if it would even be possible to keep up with. Occasional mishaps with the automated loose lock-on is probably the best they realistically could have done. I only ever felt the jank when tossing explosive shurikens from a distance, or when trying to activate an obliteration technique, and in some ways it's less troublesome than before. One reason is that Ryu will do Flying Swallow regardless of enemy presence now, so if you aren't quite on the mark, at least he will still carry it out instead of substituting it with some other shitty move. It's less annoying and allows you to get a better feel for what you're doing wrong and how to correct it. And proceeding down the list of improvements, Flying Swallow doesn't strike me as too unbalanced anymore, and similarly I found that jumping off of walls is no longer as usable. Now, the 2 haven't been nerfed. In fact, you can perform Flying Swallow a couple of times in a row here without touching the ground, but it's more that enemies generally seem better at dodging or countering these shenanigans, even on the standard warrior difficulty. I also inherently didn't feel as inclined or tempted to repeat these maneuvers ad nauseum, considering how versatile Ryu has become. Parrying, for instance, is something that was in Game 1, but I didn't utilize it a lot. For the sequel, I found it more intuitive to grasp the timing of thanks to this little animation they added. It's a small detail, but as such, countering enemy attacks is a technique I incorporated into my play loads more, and it can provide some additional route control due to the way Ryu dashes around in response. It's just mighty satisfying when you start pulling it off with a big success rate, and spin attack by extension or launch hits, and now he chooses to use aerial moves, opening up the door for more combos.
Gig much. Sorry. Listen to
worthwhile ones make their return, with a respectable increase in the number of combos created and how those can be changed. I'm keen on the air juggling stuff they added to the warrior play in particular, and there's a lot of room to flex your cargo muscle with the dragon sword and katanas, especially at level 4. Those things got a saucy pool of stunts to mess around with. Moreover, having a collective
I really hate that you have to jump for that one. Like, I know in Cyber Sub-Zero's freaking X-Ray and MK9 you have to jump, but still, like, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, I just don't like the ones where you have to jump.
Rasugama has fairly slow windups, but hella range and can be used to pull enemies toward you, and the Scythe is essentially the slowest heavy-duty hitter.
What'd you say?
That makes for 8 reasonably distinct weapons with their own animations and repertoire of attacks, non-earth copycats with 2 unique moves, and Sigma 2 even adds a 9th, which is the strongest by a mile and still relatively quick. Yeah, this blade is overpowered, which actually sets the tone for a lot about Sigma 2, foreshadowing.
I'm
This is
dead.
understandable for Ninja Gaiden 1, but for Devil May Cry 3 sitting at standing in 2005, it is disappointing that this was implemented here, as mid-combo swapping only could have elevated the variety and experimentation potential further.
I remember, to be
Still,
honest.
partial playing too much with such a wide arsenal at your fingertips and at least progress switching, as well as healing yourself and the like, has been streamlined slightly with the quick select menu on the D-pad. Well, it's partially playing too much Vanilla 2 though. Sigma 2, on the other hand, makes a baffling detrimental change to the upgrade system. Rather than being able to level up your shit as much as you can afford, like in Vanilla 2, in Sigma 2, you can only level up one weapon of choice at a time for free at specific shops. This is just why? Why would you make upgrading so rigid? What happens in practice is that all your essence is spent on herbs and the like, making it effortless to drip feed yourself in adventure wholesale, and you're denied out of combat intricacies you could have had access to by this point with Vanilla 2. As if to add insult to injury, you're arbitrarily not even allowed to bring any weapon to level 3 until you reach chapter 10 out of 17. I genuinely can't think of a single reason for any of this. What extent to achieve? Legit, I had everything maxed out basically as soon as I picked the last weapon in Vanilla 2, whereas in Sigma 2, I still did not like it again, despite being absolutely stacked with yellow essence. To be fair, they can dish out all the weapons with a little sooner, which softens the blow, and both versions allow you to use everything fully upgraded anywhere after beating the game. In Vanilla 2, there's New Game Plus, which carries over all your
Bro, she got poison and vampire, bro. That's not fair.
so the challenge is totally broken. You've already conquered that difficulty to begin with. It's full fine plus fun as a power trip, as well as ways for you to mess around with Ryu's arsenal. Sigma 2 has some
And she gets a lot of health, too.
left where you can finally replay individual chapters as you see fit. It keeps track of your ranks and difficulty. Yes, and thankfully all the weapons are all assigned out. Good shit, Ninja Gaiden is starting to catch up on this front. Now if only the ranking system were made more robust and intricate, its more overly rewards performance ultimately are now also uniformly rated. So if you're gunning to achieve mastery of your ranks across the board, then be ready to disregard like 80% of
I stopped. I'm playing Mortal Kombat now. I'm playing Mortal Kombat now. Your cousin told me to tell you something, but I don't know what he said, so.
What?
Said I don't know what he said. I just know he left the party, that's it. He said he was getting tired, but...
Okay, I'm coming.
Scorpion just clutched that so hard.
Oh yeah, he's on the game. Hold on, I'm finna create a different party, alright?
Hang on. Ooh, this looks fun. Oh, she's stuck with the poison.
In its own right, the score is really high quality stuff. The instrumentation is magnificent. It hits a certain way and sounds hype as hell when you're embarking on managing yourself, and surviving under the chaos that could end up swallowing you whole. To further accommodate the shift, progression and level design has been simplified as well. You get a bunch of linear chapters that each
One.
from not Moscow to New York City, or more different large aircraft, and depths of hell, literally. The credit to the environmental design is for a good chunk of
Bruh.
pretty nice. Ninja Gaiden has added locations like Rock City,
Oh no, they both got stuck.
But I think Signitude takes the cake again with a more colorful appearance, superior lighting, and a sharper image because of its native 720p resolution. In the past, if this
A
is
documentary.
positive or negative, it's a pretty
About
subjective
what?
preference, but I do
A
think
video game.
somewhat. I thought it was handled well in
No,
the first title, and
you
it
know
paced
Mortal
out the
Kombat
adventure
11?
with stretches to recollect yourself in
X.
combat and break up the monotony. Fight
XL is
itself,
11,
stages
Goofy.
in Ninja Gaiden 2
Oh, it's
also
not.
that Metroidvania
Say
has a
no.
layout where you would collect items to open previously inaccessible parts of the stage. Don't misunderstand, there are still moments of downtime and nooks and crannies to look out for upgrades.
Mortal Kombat X is 10, but XL is just, I don't know why it's called XL. I think it's supposed to be just the freaking extra large version of X.
The absence of the map feature this time around sums it up really. Puzzles don't see a return
Oh,
at all,
Brutality
which
Combat, I know what that
I'm
is.
extremely upset about. Platforming is utilized a little less as well, I want to say. And I was actually hoping they would tap into that more in the second go-around. The clock tower climb is a die
Oh my goodness.
jump seven, and it's an awesome set piece. You can even learn enemies with cogwheels, killing them instantly. However, in terms of actual complexity, it's nothing to really write home about. More consistently challenging any
What is he doing?
something I would like to see just an injected extra spice
Yo, I'll be right back.
Alright.
level design has seen improvement.
Shit off.
Combat encounters can only take place in their designated area. Enemies have to far away
Oh,
to go through the door or something, so you fell to
that's what Brutality Combat is. Ouch. I was wondering what that was.
far ahead or back as the stage allows. This adds a surprisingly cool layer of strategy to
These
combat.
clutches
If you're
though.
fighting a bunch of terribly aggressive ninjas in an open space, it might work better to return to that narrow cave you came from half a second ago, so they group in a row and kill multiple and drag it to the side, fireball at you while you're hitting on already large cave
Bruh.
enemies. Probably a worthwhile idea to that inside the building where you can isolate surrounded enemies. If you're being bombarded by a missile-spanning thing in the middle of the battle, notice there is a bit of an angled wall here you can sneak behind to get out of harm's way and continue your battle with the rest, etc., etc. At the same time, the plan in your head can end up not working out too well in practice and actually fine, especially if it involves proceeding further into the level. It's often a risky business because more foes are likely to join in, and so on. The game doesn't fucking care either. Even if the engine has to slow down to a crawl to facilitate everything, you will not buckle down. You'll have to deal with every single enemy you call upon yourself. I told you previously, I gotta say, I commend that dedication. Overall, I think this is a marked improvement over the level design of the first installment. I wish the combat and environmental hazards got more opportunities to interact with each other, like how you can shoot explosive barrels to blow up targets from afar in certain sections.
Dang, brother, Smoke just saved him.
I am pretty content with the level design, up to about the Temple of Sacrifice. The last third of the game or so is when the chapters gradually evolve more and more into corridors littered with enemies and little else. Much of the exploration and creativity fades away, and it makes the final hours kind of a slog I want to get done and over with. It approaches Final Hallway 13 territory.
Round. I'm about to say round 2 fight. Final round fight.
Well, used to how planned out they are, but in spite of that, burnout is certainly a problem. Not only is it a few hours longer on average than one normally quite lengthy, I'm also willing to bet it's 5 times the number of enemies by the time they're explosive, and that's an estimate based on Sigma. So, out of every facet where most the enemies, I recall many spots where straight up nobody shows up, even though they feel humility, and I'm not necessarily against that. Like I said, stages
So 2-0.
overstated welcome somewhat is a complaint that can be leveled at this game. So cutting down on the frequency of battles, especially ones similar to setup, can alleviate this. Issue frankly is
Bruh.
So it's pretty awkward. Like, the far superior approach in vanilla view is always putting out one gun thing as the nearest best friend, which literally boils down to automatically not great. On the flip side, what I don't get is why Sigma 2 takes out the submarine mine.
You there?
Yo, but that was just here, bro.
How they are useful problematic.
No. Oh, how the frick did he win?
Sigma 2, so they
Yo.
again feel pointless and out of
But I don't want to. Why do you have too much installed?
Alright, look. If you guys bro, if I got a first time build, bro.
Now, from the research
Wait, do you have an iPhone, bro?
I have what?
Do you have an iPhone? No.
No, I have an Android. I don't like iPhone. There is fear in your heart.
But what? Yo, you said dang fear in your heart. You're good.
What? No, I said there's fear in your heart. How the frick did you say Daddy Farron McHot, bruh?
Whoa.
Nah, that's what you said. Frick, you mean whoa. How did that work? How is he up there? I'm about to say, I was like, some freaking left. I'm about to go join my other friend. Frick, you mean what other friend? You act like I don't have friends.
Bro, what? Okay, first of all, nobody was saying that you don't have friends.
Yeah, but the way you said it, you were like, you made it seem like there was no other friends.
Oh, my bad, I'm sorry.
I forgive you.
Yo, but you trying to play 2K, bro?
Maybe. I'm having too much fun doing this. Panning. I'm playing Test Your Luck right now.
Test what?
Test Your Luck. You've never played Mortal Kombat?
Oh. Oh. You say Mortal Kombat, not Test Your Luck.
Yes, it's a mode in Mortal Kombat.
Nigga. I know that. I'm just saying, bro.
Okay, I just did the craziest combo. Bro, like, Juggle Combat is on right now. And yet they're not even juggling, it's just freaking... A documentary, I already told you. About a game! It's a video game documentary.
What game, buddy?
It's a ninja game, it's called Ninja Gaiden 2.
Oh.
Oh, you have? On what, Xbox or PS3? You're lucky.
PS3.
Yeah, you're lucky. Yeah, the Xbox version's much better than the PS3 version. But apparently it's not necessarily the developer's fault that it was this bad. That it was bad on the PS3 version. It's actually Sony's fault that the game wasn't that great on PS3. Because apparently they tried adding the same amount of like enemies and like the same amount of gore and stuff, but the cell processor was so confusing that they couldn't figure out how to do it. So the graphics and gameplay is completely different compared to the Xbox version.
There was a profound sense of satisfaction in overcoming that infection, often by a skin
Bro, Jason, of course you get tired as soon as I hit.
sadly, also writing its uglier side in most ways exposed.
Bro, you're gay. Like, what the frick? These stupid puddles of water, I swear.
Die slower than your opponent's vision is also its downfall for me.
Are you listening to the GTA 3 theme song?
You're riding a thin line
How do
where
you
things
know that,
can
yo?
easily tip over and
I play GTA 3. Frick you mean, how do I know that?
is probably a very subjective matter.
Dang, yo, I
Double
saw
portal.
3 days. I saw 360 days.
Unfortunately,
That's not-
Fire, actually.
That game didn't even come out on Xbox 360. It was on the PlayStation 2 and Xbox.
Yeah, I know. I saw 360, bro.
I said PlayStation 2 and Xbox, not Xbox 360.
GTA 3 came out on Xbox.
Yes, Xbox, the original Xbox, not Xbox 360. Came out on PS2. It came out in like early
Let's just
2000s.
say I played this game before, okay?
But how can I say that if you haven't?
I heard.
Okay. So that was some crazy stuff, bro. Another supernatural combo. I love these supernatural combos. They're weird. Bro, there's always that one freaking modifier that you get and test your luck that happens every freaking round. Like I keep getting the slippery water one.
You know that Liberty City is a GTA 3, right?
Yes, I know that.
for that matter, focusing on and placing them is a demanding
Bruh, my best friend's brother would not believe me when I said that Los Santos is in San Andreas.
It's not.
But it is. If you ever played Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, you'll know.
I have, but I just didn't know
You didn't know. So, but it is though, but...
that. I haven't played it on PlayStation 4, bro. But I can get it right now.
Wait, you played the, what's it called? What's it called, Frick? You played the Definitive Edition?
What?
I said you played the Definitive Edition? I knew it.
If I do this, right? No, if I do this. Everybody knows this song. You don't get this song.
What song is it?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know that song.
Ready?
What are these grunts? Oh, frick! That would have been a sweet combo.
You know what the song is?
Look on this. Oh no! Dude, that would have been a perfect combo.
Do you know what the song is?
Yes, I know what it is. It's the San Andreas theme song. Bro, dude, these combos are getting out of hand. I wish the X-rays were freaking sped up. That was some gay stuff there.
Yeah, what?
I'm playing.
You always talk about gay.
Nah, bro, you always interpret it gay. I'm not being gay.
It's fucking ball. Like, bro, you say
Bro, like, what is this stuff? This person just got Cabal assisted 3 times in a freaking row. I actually don't know anymore. But were you not just playing it online earlier though? Bro, like, what the frick is this game? Bro. Bro.
We gotta play Mountain.
I remember when I freaking dude, I messed up so bad that time, dude. Like, I did not want to do that.
Bro, you fought it like 900. You could have won, bro.
Yeah, that probably would have been a guaranteed win if I didn't accept that penalty. What was that? What is this game? What is this game? What is this game? Oh my goodness. The head killed him. The freaking head. Oh my god. The head. So apparently when someone says you have a good top, it basically means you give a good blowjob. I don't understand why, but yeah, give me that balls, boy. Alright.
Yo!
Them combos though.
You gotta play man. Alright, so just give up on.
Bruh. Bruh. Hold on. Dude, this is too much fun. Oh my goodness. It's always the falling heads that get me. No, I messed up. Alright, he dodged a cabal.
Stupid.
Bruh. 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 Just like reversal after reversal after reversal. Jason won by a vine swing.